here with another episode of Shirley Talk. I have Miss Vickie here with us today. She is battling lung cancer. I'm not sure of the stage, but we're going to learn a little bit about her journey and kind of what she's been through so far. So you just kind of tell us, when were you diagnosed?
Okay, I was diagnosed September 29th.
Of this year?
Of this year.
Okay.
But it all started back in July of 2020.
Okay.
It's kind of weird how it all come about. My sister had got a pool, and we were doing some landscaping outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we was going through the rock, putting the rock down, and the next day, I couldn't walk on this foot for some reason. I thought, well, I've got a bruise, a stone bruise. So it went on for what? Probably, let's see, that was July. It probably went on a good month and still hurt. So then this leg and this hand, I kind of drug it. I was dragging my leg and my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, something's got to be done. So I went to my family doctor because I knew something wasn't right. Went there, and she told me, I said, look, I can't, why am I dragging this leg and why am I dragging this foot? She wouldn't pay attention to that. And she says, well, let's walk out in the hallway. So she took me out in the hallway and I walked, and she says, well, you don't look like you're dragging it to me.
So it wasn't like an obvious drag?
Evidently not to her.
Okay.
But I knew
something was wrong.
Something was wrong.
Right.
And I kept telling her, Kellye, something is wrong. And she says, well, let me send you to a back doctor. Let's start there. So I went to Leatherman Spine Center, and they did a MRI on my back and found arthritis. Something about my spinal canal was very, very small. Found a bunch of different stuff in my back. So she says, we're going to start you on physical therapy. I said, okay. So never got started on that because I don't know if I think it was that week I had an episode at work. I was sitting on my stool working, and all of a sudden this leg just went, stiff as a board.
Same leg that was dragging?
Yes. Girl, this was all the way down on the floor. This started shaking.
Oh my God.
And I said, oh no, I've got to get on the floor because this is going to knock me to my knees.
Oh no.
So I just put myself to the floor and laid on the floor. And this started shaking. So I'm hollering at one of the guys I work with. My voice is real shaky, but I'm hollering at him, telling him, get me some help. So he did, of course. It took a while. I got the EMT drivers came. I shook for maybe what seemed like 20 minutes, was probably maybe 2 or 3. And it quit. Well, of course, I went to the hospital. Jewish Medical South. Went there, they ran a bunch of tests, come back, said, well, you ain't gonna like the news I got.
That's the way to approach it.
Oh, he was bad.
Oh.
He was so bad. He said, you've got lung cancer, you've got brain cancer. Metastasized, stage 4, be back.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No bedside manners at all.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. She threw tissue at you.
So anyway, he come back.
Are you by yourself at this point? Because
Yeah,
I was saying it's COVID, right? Oh,
I'm by myself.
that you don't give that.
And I said, dude, where is your bedside manner?
Exactly.
He says, well, how do you want me to sugarcoat it? It is what it is.
Oh my gosh.
I said, well, with COVID being here, I have no family, and you're coming at me like this. Get out.
Yeah.
So he went, he left. He come back a few minutes later, or no, somebody else come back. And she says, I'm sorry, but he doesn't have no bedside manner.
No, that's unacceptable.
He's just one of those doctors that it is what it is. And I said, well, that's okay, it is what it is. But don't come at me like that.
No.
I got nobody here.
Especially, you're right. Especially
So that's where the journey started. I went to, that night at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, they transferred me to Norton Women's Suburban Hospital. And that's where I stayed for 3 days? 3 or 4 days, and they did nothing but test after test after test. So, then, after that, what did I do then? Oh, I went to see a cancer doctor. And he was just a regular cancer doctor. He didn't specialize in any special type of cancer. So he referred me to a lung doctor, which is Dr. Adam Lai. That's who I go to for my lung. And then my brain was radiation. So they started me, they didn't want to mess with my lung right now. They wanted to deal with the brain cancer.
What do you call that?
Huh?
What do you call this? Your chip, Mom.
Oh, my computer chip. That's what I've been calling it.
There's a chip in here?
No, it's just my computer chip. That's what I call this. Because every day I went to radiation, they started me out with 10 treatments of radiation for the brain. That's why I'm losing, that's why I lost all my hair. So when I was going to treatment every single day, they would ask me my name, my birth date, and what I'm being treated for, or what's being treated. So I'd say Vickie Snapp, 72661, computer chip. And they got the biggest kick out of it. I said, well,
I haven't heard that.
that's what it is. So I did the 10 treatments of radiation, finished that last Friday, and they're starting me on immunotherapy for my lungs, which is Opdivo. I know y'all seen the commercial.
I just interviewed someone actually, and they were getting started on it. Yeah.
And I had one treatment of that.
No side effects, right? Or very mild? That's what I'm hearing.
None.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been sick.
That's awesome. That's good. I have to
Nothing.
say.
Yes.
Yeah. We love to hear that.
I mean, and I take the 2 things of immunotherapy. You take 2 drugs the first time, then you take one of the drugs the next time, and one of the drugs, the same drug the next time, and then 2 drugs the next time.
Wow.
So it's 2, 1, 1, 2. And then they take you, I don't know if they do another lung biopsy or what they do to find out how it's being treated. If these 2 treatments are fighting or working.
So do they think they got the brain? Do they think that
They don't know. I have to go back.
for another scan?
Yeah, and I have some bigger tumors up here.
Okay.
And what they'll do is go back and do another brain scan. And he said I'll probably have to have those bigger ones zapped more.
Gotcha.
But as far as the ones in the field, as he called them, dandelions in the field, hopefully those are zapped.
Gotcha. How is that? I mean, how is radiation on your brain? I mean,
radiation's not. He did my whole brain, because he says I can't just pinpoint this, and this,
right.
because you got a bunch of little bitty ones in the field. So he says I'm just gonna radiate the whole brain. I mean,
Because you're like almost in a cast, aren't you?
Yeah,
You
get my
can't-
ass.
I was gonna say you can't move or something.
I'll show you how I was transformed to the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly the Matrix.
It's humor, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's funny how I don't know. I can't believe I didn't freak out when they took this mask off.
You went to your happy place.
Oh my gosh.
I went to my happy place.
Oh, wow.
That's scary.
Bumped it down at the table.
Oh, wow. So you don't,
You literally can't move.
No, you can't move.
Because it's molded for your face,
It's
right?
molded for my face, and there's some clips on the table,
Oh my gosh.
and I stick my face in there. And of course, they have this all marked where I had my tumors,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they took it off when they asked me if I wanted to take it home. But you're just in there for less than 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's not a
you're
long
in
period of
there very
time.
long.
Well, that's good.
No. And I never opened my eyes because as soon as I got sat down on the table, I closed my eyes and they moved me where I needed to be
Mhm.
because I didn't want to see that machine coming over my, because I can hear it
Right.
and I can just feel the bright light and I can feel it over here.
Oh,
And it just goes right over your face just like that.
that's insane.
You said it would get dark.
Yeah, it got real dark, so I knew something was going across my face, and I can't believe curiosity didn't get me.
I know.
Make me
Sure.
open my eyes.
Yeah.
But I could
Wow.
freak out.
So radiation's finished Friday. Go
Yes.
back for a scan in December. And now you're still doing your immunotherapy.
Yes, I go every 2 weeks for my immunotherapy, and like I said, they'll do 3 months of that. And in 3 months, and then I go back and they'll check the lungs to see how it's doing. If it's working, I pray it's working.
Mm-hmm.
They'll keep me on that regimen. If it's not, then they have to try another one,
Right.
another concoction. So
Yeah, I guess the silver lining is that you're not sick, so that's
yeah,
good. That's usually the worst part about chemo. So
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't want to. I pray every night. Don't put me on chemo because I don't want to be sick.
absolutely. So you've been battling. What were we in October? So you found out in July, or September, right?
Well,
July
that
you
was my
started-
diagnosis.
Right, September. But July you started having the feet pain and all that.
Yes.
So, how has, we like to talk about insurance a lot. Some people have really good experiences. My mom did not have a good experience. So how was yours? Was it?
Well, as far as being, as far as trying to get short-term disability, that's been a nightmare
Mm-hmm.
because I applied for it the day I found out. And October 29th?
Mhm.
And I still ain't received it.
And today's the 29th, and we just got word today, they finally got the medical records. And we
After a month?
Yes, we've been fighting back and forth.
250 pages
Yes, that's what they said today.
of medical records that they had to go through.
Why? I don't understand that.
They have to,
I don't get that.
they have to have a nurse look at those medical records. And they will determine if she has short-term disability. Now, she was approved for FMLA,
Mm-hmm.
but short-term disability could take 5 to 7 business days or maybe longer since she had 250 pages. They have to have a nurse look at it and everything.
Wow.
But they told me this morning.
But as far as insurance, I haven't had no problem with that.
Well, that's good.
We're just
Yeah.
getting started.
I'm just
Yeah.
getting started, but
See, like those things like immunotherapy and things that are new, clinical trials, they always worry me because,
Yes.
insurance doesn't want to pay for anything they don't have to.
right.
That's why.
And my lung doctor asked me, he says, I have to get pre-approval for this immunotherapy. I said, oh God.
So we assume that it's approved, but we don't really know.
Oh, he would have told me.
Because
If it wasn't pre-approved, he would have told me.
Yeah. That
You know.
they should.
Yes. And I have 2 pieces of paper where, them pieces of paper that come in the mail,
Mhm.
they ask, on that paper, it asks me, or it tells me that the doctor asked for approval for something, and it was approved.
I hope so, because that is, you got enough fighting cancer.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
Yeah, you don't want to worry about that.
Right.
Mhm.
So, what was going on with your leg had to do with your brain then?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's all that. And this is the only thing that right now I have trouble with. Other than that, I feel good.
Yeah, you look great.
I know, you do.
I mean, I just feel good.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Other than, like I said, this
She
one.
couldn't lift her life at one time.
Mm-mm.
No, I couldn't do nothing. And now I can at least lift it.
Mhm. Tell us about how when you had your hands out.
Oh, yeah, I was at, was that at the hospital?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the hospital and this neurosurgeon came in the room and she says, well, Vickie, I want you to stand up. I said, okay. She said, I want you to do a couple tests for me. At first, she had me lay in the bed and do all this, push on her hands, do this, all kinds of leg exercises. And then she says, I want you to stand up and put your legs together. So I did, and I was kind of wobbly. I said, well, I'm kind of wobbly with my hands together, or my feet together.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, and then hold your arms out and close your eyes. So I did that, and I opened up my eyes, and this hand was up here.
Oh my gosh. And you thought it was up here?
Yeah. I said, what's happening? He held it up. And she says, that's part of the tumor.
Oh my gosh.
But now I can hold it out, and I can close my eyes, and
You don't have a problem.
no.
Well, that's a good sign,
So
I think.
I hope.
Sounds good.
Sounds
better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It was weird, that feeling, seeing that like that. But other than that,
Well, you're doing pretty good then.
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Well, I told a little bit of a fib when I came here. We wanted to get your story, obviously. I wanted to show everyone signs and symptoms. So if you're dragging your leg and doing all that stuff, I mean, that's things people don't, might not think. But we heard your story. Leanne sent in your story to us, and we just wanted to give you this little check right here as just kind of a way to... just a little pick-me-up for you. Since I know.
Every time. That is so sweet.
You got a rough past so yeah.
Well, just
Well,
thank you.
we wish we could do more.
I know we do.
That is awesome. Whatever you could do.
Yeah, well, we hope it helps you.
Oh, honey, it will. Yes.
I know, we cry. Do that, we cry every time.
Every time.
Shirley
Yes.
been around.
Mike started this in 2013, so we're 7 years in. Yeah, so we're hoping,
Yes.
fingers crossed, by December we're going to hit our $1 million give.
Oh,
Really?
We've given almost $1 million away. Yeah,
And it all started
Wow.
with his mom.
yeah, his mom passed.
Mom.
Yeah, and then,
Really?
yeah.
T-shirts. They
Yeah,
started out selling
t-shirts.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, they're everywhere.
Mhm.
Remember when Tim made it donated?
I was saying, I think Tim got a shirt too, I think, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So now we're here. Mike would be here. He's actually finally taken a much needed vacation.
Yeah.
So he's gonna spend some time with his family. But yeah, we popped up today.
That is awesome.
You're not mad at me, right?
Yeah. She was
No.
worried. She was like, I don't know how to get her to do this.
That is awesome. Wow.
Well, that one won't cash, but I do have the real one for you.
Right.
So most people want to keep it, but. Well,
Oh,
thank
that
you
is
so much
awesome.
again, and thank all of you all for watching, and just make sure that you listen to your body. And if you have a doctor with terrible bedside manners like she did, get a new doctor. It's not worth it. You're going through enough as it is. So thank you all so much, and we'll talk to you soon.